Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone that is watching. Today we are going to present the poem created by us, INTAN SHAHREEZA PUTRI, NAJIHATUL MADIHAH, and PUTRI LILYANN CHONG. We are going to discuss about the poem, theme, the rhyme, the poetic devices that is used to create this poem. And the title for this poem we made is The Magic of Becoming. I will read the poem first. The Magic of Becoming. I open up my eyes to a morning light, furious that mom is so uptight. Fall and dream again outside then, just to realize the heavy rain. Back in times, this is what I wanted. Now why I hope to turn it back. Chases the years till it turned gold, only to find the youth that faded black. But in grey, flowers bloom, a different warmth in the room. Person I wanted to be, this is what I saw. There is a magic in the way we grow. Time is gold, yet it might steal. The sky's left in a teal. But you'll never be alone, for sometimes it is unknown. So, the rhyme scheme for this poem that the poem uses a AABB or near AABB rhyme scheme in most stanzas. Like for examples, most of the stanzas is using the rhyme AABB. However, the only stanzas that don't use the rhyme AABB is for the second stanzas. It uses ABAB rhyme scheme, which give it a rhythmic, song-like quality for the poem. The theme of the poem is that the poem is a bittersweet reflection on the journey from childhood restlessness to an adult realization. It explores the irony of the regret once the gold of the past has faded into the complexities of growing up. Ultimately, it delivers a message of hope, suggesting that even tough time is a thief, bef- there is a resilient magic and warmth to be found in the way we evolve through life's grayest moments.
Now I will be explaining the literary devices that we use in this poem. The first one is metaphor. A metaphor is compared to unlike things directly to suggest a deeper meaning. For example, youth that faded black. This suggests the loss of innocence, the death of a dream, or the darkening of one's perspective over the time. The second the second one is time is gold, yet it might steal. Time is portrayed as a thief, personifying it as something that takes away as much as it gives. The next one is symbolism. Symbolism refers to specific objects or colors that are used to represent larger ideas. For example, rain or gray. This often symbolize sadness, gloom, or the reality of adult responsibilities. Another example is flowers in the line, but in gray, flowers bloom, which emphasize their resilience and finding beauty or hope in difficult circumstances. Another literary devices that we use is paradox. A paradox is a statement that seems contradictory, but it actually reveals a truth. Um, as you can see, the example is, but in gray, flowers bloom. It means usually we think of flowers that needing sun to bloom, but here they bloom in the gray, suggesting that the personal growth often happens during the hardest time.
And the last poetic devices that we'll be talking about is imagery, where vivid sensory details to create mental pictures and ground the abstract feelings of time and regret in reality. So for the first imagery, which is visual imagery, where it refers to morning light, heavy rains, years till it turned gold, yelp that faded black, and skies left in a teal. It gives a visual about how the sky was. And the second one is tactile or thermal imagery, where it refers to a different warmth in the room, where it refers to temperature. For our reflection, so upon writing this poem, it does make us realize how much has changed. This genuinely captures the bittersweet transition from the raw nerve of wanting to grow up so fast to the sobering, restless adulthood. It begins with the universal irritation of childhood boundaries when a parent's rules felt like a cage. A deep reflective regret hits as you'd give anything for one more bright morning where your only real problem was facing the uptight mother, because what you can do is just being furious to your mother. Describes the striking way of chasing golden years was only finding a yelp that has faded by time. However, the poem let me find this resilient magic in the great moments. Growth is truly a form of magic that reminds me to keep fumbling through the heavy, yet unknown path ahead. Time is indeed both a treasure and a thief. My innocence might have been stolen, but being a prison, I was always meant to become was a hug from my younger self.
So that
And
is
that's
all
it
from
for our
us.
presentation for literary studies of TSLB1124 for our poem. Thank you.